Hi friends, Denise Basler. I wanted to tell you about why I chose the bass. Or maybe it's about how the bass chose me. I think for all of us, it really starts with the love of music, like a deep love of music that you'll probably find as you go through life. You have a love for music that's maybe not quite the same as the general population. And that's definitely what I have found and what I found from an early age. I remember riding in the back of my sister's car, and I was really little, like maybe 6, and her boyfriend had turned up the stereo in the car really loud, and it was so exciting to me. Like, I could feel the beat of the music in my chest, and I'm sure that it was like not a heavy drum kind of song anyway. I'm sure it was like Journey or Nazareth or something early 80s classic rock. And that music just really, it was so loud and so amazing the way that it filled up my body, and I felt like I kind of became one with that music. And I think from then on, I sort of tried to find ways to recreate that feeling in my life. So as soon as I could, leave my parents' purview, I was always carrying around a ghetto blaster with cassette tapes, like Prince and Madonna. And then later, when my parents couldn't stand how loud it was, I got a Walkman, still using cassette tapes. But I also joined the band starting in elementary school and then through middle and high school. And I played clarinet, and I didn't practice enough, but I managed to hold down third chair all the way through high school, through my senior year of high school. And I did learn to read music, but what I loved about the marching band and concert band more than anything was the social aspect of it. Here's a group of people who, for the most part, loved music as much as I did. Even if it was different kinds of music, it was still completely relatable. And it was just a social circle that surrounded traveling to different events and competitions. But I also loved being part of that loud raising of musical instruments where, once again, you just become sort of one with all of the noise, and the noise pulls together to make this perfect resonance. Hard to explain, easy to feel. I also love the drum line. We never really stood particularly close to the drum line, but it was one of my favorite things about football games is going out to the field and leaving the field with that beat going behind us. So after I left high school, I didn't continue to play clarinet. I never really picked it up again. But what I did do when I moved to Gainesville was go to see a lot of live shows. Went to see bands at clubs like the Cover Dish, which is where the High Dive is now, and Common Grounds, and 1982, and Market Street Pub. And I loved just going to see all kinds of live music, good, loud, guitar, drum, bass. And then when I was 26, I was taking classes at Santa Fe. And one of the cool things about taking classes at Santa Fe is that you have to take an elective. You have to take several electives. And one of those electives could be a guitar class. So I took guitar and learned the basics. It was only one semester of guitar, but it was enough for me to start practicing on my own. And the guitar was so cool because as soon as you know like 3 or 4 basic chords, you can sing along to some standard rock songs, stuff your friends know, sitting around a campfire. From there, I think I had been playing guitar for 2 years maybe. And then a friend of mine said that he knew of a band that was looking for a bass player. And it was all women. And he said it was actually probably best that I had never played bass before because I could be going at it with an open mind. So I showed up at the practice and was immediately enamored with how I could very quickly marry the guitar rhythm to the drum rhythm, and and carrying those chords, and then creating my own sort of bass line in the middle. And that magic usually happens in original music, but you can recreate it too, even when you're playing covers. So again, it quickly became the two things that I think have always attracted me to music in life, is that feeling that you're one with the music, and then also that feeling that you are one with another group of people, whether that is 100 people in a marching band, or it is 2 other people in a 3-piece rock band. So that is how I found bass, and I expect to continue playing bass until I can't anymore. Thanks, and keep practicing.